Hello darlings, welcome to your July astrology. This month there's a slight change of pace as Mars, the planet of action, is moving out of its favourite place, Aries, and entering Taurus. So we're slowing down, we're building foundations, and actually it's quite a cosy month because Mercury is going into Cancer, we're in Cancer season. So for the beginning of the month, everything is all kind of, how do I feel settled and how do I feel safe? Things do change though, particularly after we get to the full supermoon in Capricorn, when we're like, right, what are my ambitions? Where am I going? And then we're moving into, of course, Leo season, which makes us all a little bit more upfront, a little bit more confident, a little bit more like, okay, I'm going to be generous of spirit, but I'm going to get what I want. Here's your monthly astrology. Aries, the first half of this month is still about you going within, thinking about what you need, nurturing yourself and laying some very firm foundations for your future. What do you want to build? Where are you going? In fact, you can use the whole first couple of weeks of this month to think about what you want to achieve on that supermoon in Capricorn. So there is a lot of stuff going on around your career, but are you doing the self-care? It's really important that you look at this at the beginning of the month, because later on in the month, we have Chiron, the wounded healer, which is all about our wounds, possibly the wounds we don't even know that we've got, or patterns that we have in our life now because of our wounds, going retrograde in our sign. What does that mean? It means self-care is everything, darling. And yes, you are pushing ahead to achieve things. You are potentially doing things that you've never done before, thanks to Jupiter in Aries. And you're expanding and you're growing. But make sure that you look after yourself in that process. And I mean it. You know what you're like. I'm an Aries too. We can keep going ahead without sort of thinking. Now, we have had Mars in our sign for a while, which has given us really extra strength and power. But when Mars enters Taurus on the 5th, it's time to kind of slow down and start to build in a really sensible and practical fashion. Not necessarily the usual way we do things, but ultimately good. There could be lots of conversations, thanks to Cancer, sextile Uranus, and also Mercury square Jupiter. Lots of discussions about where you're living, your home, your family, the people that you care about, and including people in your plans, and talking to people about what you want for the future, not just sort of doing it and then dropping it in later. This supermoon in Capricorn on the 13th is trine Uranus. There might be something unexpected happening around your career. And also at the end of the month, thanks to the North Node and Uranus, there is, again, unexpected things coming your way. And if you are secure in yourself and you've done the self-care and you've rested and you've made your plans, you'll be able to leap on opportunity. And, you're familiar with that Uranus vibe because you're very spontaneous. But there may be decisions you've got to make this month, and it's important that you come from your heart, not your ego. Venus is entering Cancer on the 16th, again making you want to be all squishy and cozy with the people that you love, whether that's friends or lovers or family. You really benefit from one-to-one time, and you've got a lot of love to give in that fiery Aries heart. Mercury is entering Leo on the 19th, and that's the start of you feeling very kind of back to yourself. You're creative, you're funny, you like to have a laugh after the 19th, and you're starting to be outgoing again. Don't forget though, that Chiron retrograde is on the 20th, so there may be sort of issues from your past, wounds that you thought you dealt with that pop up, but it's there to be healed, so don't panic. And actually, you're jolly enough to deal with things, particularly when the sun enters Leo. You're like, yeah, baby, I'm ready to be creative, to party, to socialize, to mix with people, or whatever it is that you do. Even if you're a solitary being, unusual for an Aries, but you never know. Whatever you do that gives you pleasure and joy is your prescription from the cosmos as we step into Leo season. We do have Venus square Jupiter, but you know what? Jupiter is never kind of difficult to deal with. Even with a square, it brings potential and opportunity. You may be thinking about expanding things when it comes to your home, or even visiting family or doing something with family. Now, Jupiter goes retrograde on the 28th. So in Aries, of course. So it's less about pushing forward and basically shoring up on some of the things that you've expanded and grown along the way. With the new moon in Leo on July the 28th, UK time, it's time to have a new start, to step in to a new cycle where you are confident, happy, bold, and free. Sounds like a good month to me. Don't forget, do the self-care. So much love to you. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Don't forget to come visit me on Instagram at Michele Knight, Michele with 1L, and on Facebook, where I do lots of lives, and you may even get a live tarot reading from me individually. Michele Knight, astrologer, and of course, my website, micheleknight.com, if you want a reading with one of my fabulous psychics. So much love to you.